We are now less than 20 days away from the official launch of Fortnite Season 9, and in these final few weeks of Season 8, the entire Fortnite world as we know it is about to be turned upside down. Loot Lake is currently being invaded by some sort of alien technology at the hands of the Rune skin most likely, and as we continue to push the mysterious floating alien runes closer and closer to the giant hatch at Loot Lake, more and more information about Season 9 is being uncovered, and sooner rather than later, we might see the return of everyone's favorite giant purple cube, Kevin. Yes, that's right, there's a pretty good chance that Kevin the Cube could be hiding within the mysterious hatch at Loot Lake, but that is only the beginning for today as we break down the latest Fortnite Season 9 leaks and rumors. What is up, guys, and welcome back to the Simply Fortnite channel, and thanks for stopping by. If you are new here, feel free to subscribe with your post notifications turned on, and if you enjoy the video, don't forget to drop a like on it. And now without further ado, let's take a look at some brand new Season 9 leaks and rumors here in Fortnite Battle Royale. Now, briefly before we jump into the madness that is our next major seasonal update, for those of you who are new here to the channel, you might not know that Fortnite Battle Royale Season 9 is currently set to launch on Thursday, May 9th, according to the in-game timer that is currently counting down on the Battle Pass screen on the main menu, so mark your calendars because come May 9th, the Fortnite world is never going to be the same ever again. A huge map update is coming, gameplay changes are inevitably going to add to this seasonal update, and of course we'll be getting a brand new theme and a battle pass to go along with everything else. And also, I think it is kind of coincidental, the 9th season of Fortnite is going to be launching on the 9th day of May. That had to be planned, right? Anyways, without further ado, let's jump into the madness. We've got Loot Lake, a point of interest that has been targeted time and time again, originally with the Cube event, as Kevin the Cube rolled into Loot Lake, melting away and creating a massive purple bounce pad. Then, of course, Kevin the Cube returned in the form of the floating cube island before he then combusted before our very eyes during the butterfly event. It was then that Kevin the Cube seemed to disappear from the Fortnite island entirely, with the only remaining pieces of him impaled into the center of Loot Lake. However, seeing as we have a giant hatch in the center of Loot Lake now, no more cube fragments remain, meaning whatever and whoever is behind all of this has the cube fragments and perhaps knows something about Kevin the Cube that we don't. Anyways, focusing back on the big metal issue at hand, this massive hatch, and when I say massive, I mean massive, appears to be connected to the mysterious floating rune that we now have on the map right now, and presumably more of these runes will be appearing in the coming days and weeks as different rune symbols have actually been leaked in the game files, and perhaps by the time this video goes live, we'll actually have more than one rune headed towards the hatch at Loot Lake as well. Now, despite how many hatches there are on the map at any given time, the first one that we have here actually tells us a lot about what's going to happen here, as it's seemingly on a straight course towards Loot Lake, as it appears the first rune is actually following the exact same path that Kevin the Cube took when he first spawned into the island outside of Paradise Palms. Meaning that when this rune and potential other runes reach the hatch, it'll be then when this event finally unfolds. Up until that point, though, we're essentially just in the preparation stages, it seems. Now, as of recording this video, our current rune has moved around a decent bit, but it's certainly not the most productive thing in the world, as the rune was originally comprised of 100 million health, and every time its health hit 0, it would then move. But most recently, the rune upped its health to 1.5 billion, and then it's gone down to 600 million, back up to like 500 million at one point, I think, meaning its movements are pretty few and far from right now, and its health is very, very sporadic, but nonetheless, it is moving and it's headed towards Loot Lake. But as far as what we know about this whole Loot Lake event, there's really a whole lot more questions than there are answers, at least as of right now. But with Season 9 only a few weeks away at this point, answers are going to start popping up left and right. And one quick thing before we move on to our next big topic for today, some of you may recall that Loot Lake currently does not house the only hatch that we have on the island right now. Yes, this hatch is certainly the biggest and most prominent hatch, but let's not forget about the little old Wailing Woods hatch that's now more so the jungle hatch, I guess, but hey, it is still on the map. Now, you heard me mention earlier, this whole Loot Lake event between the hatch and even the rune all looks very alien if you ask me, and it just so happens that on the original Wailing Woods hatch, there appeared to be some sort of drawing of something that kinda looked like an alien spaceship, so maybe these two hatches are actually connected. For that, only time will tell. For now though, let's move on to our next major leak for today, which actually stems from the man himself, Donald Mustard, everyone's favorite worldwide creative director. He recently tweeted out saying, "Looking good at Robert Downey Jr. See you soon, #Team Downey." Now, if you are a fan of movies, obviously you'll know who Robert Downey Jr. is, as he is most well known for his role as Iron Man in the Marvel Universe. Now, we actually have seen Marvel and Fortnite cross paths in the past, as way back when we saw the Avengers Infinity War and Fortnite crossover event, which brought Thanos to the game as a playable character in the super awesome Infinity Gauntlet limited time mode. And it just so happens that event took place right around when Avengers Infinity War was premiering. And now, here in just a few days, the biggest movie of 2019 and the next major Avengers film, Avengers Endgame, is also going to be premiering, which just so happens to star Robert Downey Jr. Seeing as him and Thanos are both a part of Avengers Endgame, I'm thinking that maybe, just maybe, we might be seeing another Marvel and Fortnite crossover event going down here in the very near future. For this, maybe we'll see the return of the Infinity Gauntlet limited time mode, as it is one of the only LTMs in Fortnite to never return to the game after its initial debut. Or perhaps we'll end up seeing something different this time around, like maybe the introduction of some sort of purchasable Iron Man skin or something like Thor's hammer for a new pickaxe item. Really, I feel like the options here are endless, but nonetheless, it does seem like we have another crossover event between Marvel and Fortnite on the rise, and I for one am very, very excited about it. Now, let's be real. Due to the massive hatch in the Loot Lake event that is currently unfolding before our very eyes, a lot of attention has been taken away from what's going on across other areas on the Fortnite Island map. For instance, over in Dusty Divot and also around Paradise Palms. Now, both of these areas, of course, housed our original digging sites and uncovered a new volcano vent and also a new pool of lava. Meaning Season 8's biggest point of interest, the volcano, has ties to a lot more than one area of the map and could actually stretch all across the map for all we know. Now, for weeks on end, we've been discussing the rumors and leaks surrounding the potential volcano eruption event, which obviously has been overshadowed by the Loot Lake hatch as of right now, but I wouldn't count the volcano out quite yet, as those first two digging sites, specifically the Dusty Divot one, might play huge roles in the map changes about to occur in the Season 9 update. For a while now, the community hasn't really been too pleased with the lack of excitement around the center of the map, specifically in and around Dusty Divot. So, if Dusty Divot were to be removed and or replaced, the center of the map might finally see a little bit more action, especially earlier on in those first stages of any given match. And if some lava were to spill out of that little lava pool in the bottom of Dusty Divot to then harden over, creating a brand new flat piece of land where a potential new location could be built, suddenly all the stars have aligned and the center of the map might become a little bit more exciting. I mean, if enough lava ended up spilling into Dusty Divot to actually fill in the whole crater, we could potentially see the return of the factories and even Dusty Depot, or perhaps an entirely brand new location added into the very center of the map, which for me, the center of the island should always be a pretty strong focal point. I mean, it's the center, it's the heart of the entire map, so for it to be as lackluster and pretty boring like it has been over the last couple of seasons, I'd say it's definitely due for an update. With that being said though, that does effectively wrap things up for today. Be sure to let us know down in the comments below what you guys think is going to happen at Loot Lake. Do you guys think Kevin the Cube is going to appear? Do you guys think it's going to be something else? Drop us a comment down below. I'm definitely curious to see what you guys have to say about that. Of course, if you guys enjoyed the video, drop a like on it, give it a big old thumbs up. It would be much appreciated. And if you are brand new here to the Simply Fortnite channel, feel free to subscribe with your post notifications turned on. That way you'll always know when a new video goes live. Once again, thank you guys so much for tuning in, and until next time, take it easy, have an awesome rest of your day, and we'll see you guys on the battle bus. Peace out.